Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share my fall sewing plans with you, as well as all of the fabrics that I have lined up for these projects. This video is going to be a little bit longer, so feel free to grab some tea or a project that you can work on while I chat with you about all of my exciting plans. The first project that I have on my sewing plans for this fall is another Saundra skirt, which is a pattern by Sydney Graham. If you haven't been on my channel recently, I've posted a couple videos because I recently made a Saundra skirt with some fabric scraps that I had in my stash, and I completely fell in love with it when I made it. So I purchased some more fabric and I'm planning on making another one soon. But if you're not aware of this sewing pattern, it's a maxi style skirt with vertical panels. You can add additional godets to give the skirt a little bit more twirl and fullness, which is what I did with my first version, which I will show the picture here if you haven't seen it yet. So for this Saundra skirt, I purchased some fabric from Matchy Matchy Sewing Club, and I've never gotten fabric from them before, but I really love the quality of what I purchased. And they also had cute little freebies that they sent in the package too, like little sewing tags, and I think there were a couple other things in there too, which was really fun. But let me show you the fabrics that I have. So this is their dark, soft washed, non-stretch 6.5 ounce denim, and it's kind of hard to see the color. It's more like this darker color when I bring it back away from the light. But yeah, so this is what I want to make the main panels of the skirt out of. And then for a pop of color, I decided to buy a screen print to go with it. And I'm super, super excited about it. It's this fabric that's called Blue and Sable Mock Quilt Cotton Linen. And it's like a Queen of Hearts kind of print. And I think it's just so, so cute. And it will add like the perfect pop of color on the skirt. The only issue that I'm worried about is that this fabric has a lot less weight to it than the denim. I believe it's 3 ounces versus the denim is 6.5 ounces. In Sydney Graham's sewing pattern, she does recommend lighter weight fabrics. I believe anywhere between the 2 to 4.5 ounce range. And so the denim is a little bit on the heavier side, but I think it will give it nice structure, and then the lighter fabric going with it will just add little pops of color. I purposely purchased a little bit extra yardage for each of these fabrics because I wanted to make a matching vest to go with it. I'm kind of a vest addict. I have 2 thicker quilted vests in my wardrobe, and then I have 2 of those violet tops that I wear all the time. So I've decided that I wanted to add another one to the mix because I feel like this dark denim color is going to be such a nice neutral addition to my wardrobe. And also one of the vests that I had made last year is actually, it doesn't really fit me anymore. It's kind of too small. And also the colors that I had chosen don't really suit me. And so I just don't find myself wrapping it very often. So I thought it'd be fun to make a vest. And I was kind of thinking about trying a new pattern for this vest. And I was looking specifically at the Wildwood Vest by Helen's Closet. The thing that I like about this pattern is that not only can you make the pattern double-sided and wear the garment either inside or outside, but it also has a nice button detail down the front, like a snap button detail. And then the hem detail at the bottom of the jacket is really cute. It has a curved hem that drops down for the backside of the vest. I was a little bit conflicted about whether or not I wanted to do this pattern, only because I have a couple other vest and jacket patterns, but I've made those other ones quite a few times and I'm not in love with them. And so I thought it would be a nice opportunity to try a new pattern. And I've decided on this Wildwood vest because it has really, really cute details. And I love that it has a button option, which I could always add in a button placket to an existing pattern that I have. But the fact that this pattern already is filling all of the changes and modifications that I would like to make in this other pattern that I already own just makes it seem worthwhile to try this new pattern. And also Helen's Closet makes really great sewing patterns, so I feel like it's a very low risk purchase. I also am planning on making a Wildwood jacket, which is another reason why I wanted to purchase the pattern. I got this fabric from IC Fabrics. It's a double-sided linen cotton gauze. It's a dark cool toned brown on one side, and then on the other side, it's kind of a almond beige color. The fabric is marketed as being double-sided. I do feel like the almond side is the wrong side and the brown bark colored side is the right side. So I can't decide right now if I want to make this jacket double-sided, because when I purchased the fabric, my intention was to have it be double-sided so that I can have two jackets in one essentially. But I'm not loving the way that the almond side is looking to be front facing as much. So I'm thinking about just making this jacket one-sided, and I wanted to purchase the hood extension so that I can make a hooded jacket. And for the jacket, I'm definitely planning on doing the snap button detail. I'm excited to try this pattern because up until this point, the only other jacket that I've tried making is the Wildwood Jacket by Megan Nielsen Patterns, which is highly regarded in the sewing community. And I've made 2 of those jackets so far, but the main thing that I don't love about the jacket is that it doesn't have like a button detail down the bottom, and because both versions that I've made have been quilted, it was just very thick and it almost felt like a robe to wear at home and not an outerwear piece. And so I'm looking forward to trying another jacket pattern without quilting it and having it be a little bit thinner and then having button details on a hood, which will make it feel more like an outerwear piece to me. I definitely could have tried hacking the Wildwood Jacket, and it's a really great base pattern that is very hackable, but I'm feeling a little bit lazy this time, and I did want a new vest pattern as well. So I figured that getting this pattern would be 2 birds with 1 stone. And so I'm really looking forward to that project. The next thing that I'm planning on making is another pair of lane pants by Sydney Graham. These are a wide leg style pant that are very customizable. She has a cargo pocket option and also the option to add a drawstring. I believe she has a tutorial as well explaining how to taper the legs or bring the legs in to make them less wide. I've made 1 pair of lane pants in the past, and I can show you a picture here so that you can see them. I made this original pair out of a lightweight denim. I wear them as lounge pants at home. Pretty much I'm wearing them almost every day, and so I feel like I need another pair. The fabric I have, it's a medium weight European linen, and the colorway is called Iron. The color's showing up better back here. It's from Core Fabric, and it's a really soft linen that has a really nice weight to it. I feel like it would be the perfect pair of pants. The lane pants for me was not only a really great sew with great instructions, but I just love the way that she constructs the pockets. There's just a lot of little details in the pattern that make the sewing process really dynamic, and it's also very well thought out. And if I can remember correctly, I believe that the pockets, the way that she has drafted them, they're anchored into the waistband so they don't flop around, they stay in place, which is such a huge plus. So I'm going to make another pair of lane pants out of these, and I'm really excited for that. I've been a little bit conflicted for my next make. I have this really beautiful gingham cotton that I got from IC Fabrics. And it's actually the same fabric that I purchased before, if you've seen any of my recent videos with my violet gingham top and also the 3-tiered gingham skirt that I made. It's from IC Fabrics, and I'm blanking on the specific name of the fabric. I think it's called Meadow Gingham, but I'll put it in the screen just to be sure. And I got it in their Autumn Thistle colorway, so it's a reddish brown color. And I only, let's see, oh yeah, I only got 2 yards of it this time, and last time I got, I think, 3.5 yards, and so I was able to make a top and a maxi skirt with it. But I got less yardage of this time. And by the way, this fabric is a linen cotton blend. I believe it's 55% linen and 45% cotton, or maybe it's the other way around. But it's so soft, and when you wash it, it has this like very crinkly texture. And I've never worked with any other fabric like this. It's so comfortable to wear, and I just love it. I'm feeling very conflicted because my intention when I purchased this fabric was to make a long sleeve top from it, and I thought that would be really cute, but I love my gingham skirt so much that I've been thinking about making another gingham skirt, but at the same time, I already have 3 skirts in my wardrobe that I made recently, and then I'm also going to make that Saundra skirt later this month, so that will be 4 skirts in my wardrobe, and I don't want to have too many of the same pieces. And I also considered making a pair of wide leg pants out of this fabric because it's just such a nice medium weight, but I'm afraid that it might read pajama-y. And so as of now, I'm planning on making a long sleeve top out of it. I was kind of thinking about making a March top by Helen's Closet. I have a similar pattern to the March top. It's the Roscoe blouse by True Bias, but I didn't used to look at line drawings as closely before as I do now, because although they look similar when you're looking on Instagram and looking at inspiration, they actually have quite a big difference between them. The Roscoe blouse, while it was a very great make for me, I just don't love the way that it sat on me. And the main difference that I was noticing when I was looking at the line drawings is that the March top has a dropped shoulder where the sleeve starts kind of at your upper arm, versus the Roscoe blouse, the sleeve is set in. And what I've noticed personally for myself is that I have this issue where tops have been fitting me really tightly, where I can't move my arms all the way. I've never thought of myself as being someone with broad shoulders, but I've started to notice this as I've made more and more tops that are not sleeveless, is that oftentimes the mobility is not there for me. And so I was kind of doing some research on that, and I definitely could make adjustments to the pattern, but I was reading that dropped sleeve options are way more forgiving as far as movement goes. And the March top has this very beautiful flowy detail to it. I love the yoke detail on the front and the drop sleeves. It's super, super cute. Some of my favorite shirts that I've owned in the past are a very similar style to this. So I was thinking of making that with the gingham, and I think it'd be super cute. Also with Helen's Closet, when you purchase 3 or more patterns, you get 15% off of your order. And so with the Wildwood Vest, the hood expansion, and then this top, I would get a discount on the patterns, which would be a nice bonus. I'm still trying to decide, so I would love any of your feedback or your thoughts on that, if you think I should make a top or make another skirt or a pair of pants. The one reason that I'm leaning towards a top is that I've noticed that all of my tops in my closet are tank tops. Besides, I have like a couple button-down shirts that I wear as layers, but I don't have any cute blousey longer sleeve tops. And so I thought it would be a cute addition to my wardrobe, so long as I'm able to actually move my arms. And then I have one more fabric here, and this is a viscose linen. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's in the colorway Shell. So it's like kind of an off-white. It has a really nice drape, and it's a little bit see-through. I've been working with viscose linens a lot more lately, and I just love the drape to them and how soft they are, but how they don't wrinkle as much as 100% linen. And so it's been really nice working with these. For this top, I was thinking of either making another March top, and it would just be a more neutral, ethereal style top, or I was planning on making the Sage top by Seamwork, which is a pattern that I've been looking at for quite a long time. The one reason I'm apprehensive is I just don't want to have to buy too many sewing patterns. However, it is a very cute style top. It has a button-down top with princess seams going down the bodice, which adds a nice shaping to it. And then something I noticed about the sleeves too is that the sleeves are a little bit billowy, kind of like this dress that I'm wearing right now. And I think that that would also help with the shoulder mobility aspect. And I think it would be with the color of this shirt, it would just be such a soft and flowy feminine top. So I'm in between either the Sage top or the March top for this fabric. If you have any suggestions on this one as well, I'd love to hear them. So that's all of my sewing plans for the fall. It kind of feels like a lot to me. It's been hard getting as much sewing in with just like the busyness of my kids' schedule. And I've also been trying to post more videos on YouTube, and that takes quite a lot of time. But hopefully I'll get to all of my projects, and I'm excited to add these new deep earthy colors to my wardrobe. I'd love to hear what you're planning on making and to chat with you in the comments. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you'd like to hear more sewing inspiration, and be sure to turn on the bell notifications so that you know when I'm posting my next video. All right, well, thank you for hanging out with me today, and I am excited to see you in the next one.